Yo, what's up? It's your boy Yachty, and before we get into today's video, take the time, if you have or haven't already, pray. Thank Him for the things He has done for you up to this point, for Him being in your life, and for the things He's gonna do. The things He has in store for you, and ask Him. Ask Him for strength, knowledge, courage, patience, and forgiveness, because we live in a world right now, y'all, where the enemy, the devil, he's just constantly after us, and just waiting for the perfect time where we slip or just fall into temptation completely or just fall on our butts, and he's just gonna be there like, man, you don't deserve what God has to offer for you. I'll fill your heart and your mind with your desires if you just come with me, and that's something we ain't gonna do. That's something we're not gonna do, because I'm not gonna listen to a loser. You're not gonna listen to a loser. We're gonna listen to God. And I mean, it sucks just constantly like having weight on your shoulders, and the devil's just trying to add more weight on your shoulders. And what God does, He lifts that weight off of your shoulders, because that's just how holy and how powerful He is. And amen, we just got to thank Him for that, and pray for the people in your family, your friends, or just people around you, because you don't know what's really going on in their lives. And maybe they just need somebody to talk to or a prayer. Yeah, because I mean, hey, God works in mysterious ways, and you won't know if you don't find out. I mean, you won't find out if you don't try. There you go. But hey, we got a presentation today, chat, and and we also got a new segment, and it's called Jeremy's Verse of the Day. I have a homeboy, and man, that's like the highlight of my morning. You know, when I get to school, I go on Instagram, and boom, it's just his quotes that he has aligned. And if you ask him, he'll actually go into detail of what the verse means and how it helps us. And man, that's just a blessing that I have that type of person in my life. And yeah, and I hit him up the other day like, yo, like I need a verse for a video, like could you help me? Man, he gave me 5 verses that were very beautiful, but this one stuck out to me more. And it says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. And sometimes, man, we just say things just out of our butts, and we really don't even know what we're truly saying until we process it. They were like, dang, I should have been more nice, or dang, like I really should have encouraged him more. Because, man, you probably just filled that person's heart with full of doubt now. Full of doubt. And you never know. Like, something that you have to say from the bottom of your heart may benefit those who listen. So you never know. And, alright, so we have a lesson today. My pastor over there in New Life, man, he taught us this lesson in the class. I'm sorry, he taught this lesson in class, and low key, I mean, he would want me to say, to preach the word, to make this story as loud as it possibly can. But low key, man, some of these points are from him, but I'm just thankful that I could actually have the courage enough to like say it to y'all. So this is by me, but also with the help of my pastor. So hey, thanks to him. But what we're gonna be talking about, the lesson, is the gold calf in the book of Exodus. And, you know, just a little heads up, some background information. Before this chaos that you're about to listen to happened. Um, so this is going to take place when Moses was getting the Israelites out, and at this point he already had gotten the Israelites out of Egypt. They're long past that. And Moses says, you know what, I'll be right back. Like I'm gonna go up to the mountains and I'll be right back. Man, everyone's like, all right, that's cool. Take your time. Well, I'm assuming. And a couple of days go by and they're like, you know what, it's cool. Like he's just trying to build his relationship with God. Like whatever. Like it's fine. Then a whole weeks. I'm talking about weeks happen, and they're over here afraid. They're like, yo, homeboy got eaten by a jaguar or something. Like, why is he not coming back? Like, they're starting to panic, start saying all these things like, oh, like he probably fell off the mountain, now he's dead, or oh man, he got eaten by whatever it is out there at that time. They're over here like questioning and like afraid. So then his brother Aaron, let me pull it up. Aaron replied to them, "Take off the gold rings that are on the ears of your wives, your sons, and your daughters, and bring them to me." So all the people took off their gold rings that were on their ears and brought them to Aaron. He took the gold from them, fashioned it with an engravement tool, and made it into an image of a calf. And it goes on to say, "Then they said, Israel, these are your gods, gods who brought you up from the land of Egypt." Then Aaron saw this and he built an altar in front of it and made an announcement that there will be a festival to the Lord tomorrow. And that's crazy how it says gods. Like, yo, there's only one true God. Like, hold up. If y'all didn't know, I hope y'all know this now. Like, I'm telling you, there's only one true God, and that you shouldn't be worshiping another God, and especially building an altar for him. And actually, crazy thing, I didn't put this in, which I should have. Like, they actually had a whole festival. They woke up and they had like a whole carne asada, a whole cookout thing going on for their gods. They're worshiping and then, getting on their knees. Like, that's crazy, because there's only one God that we should be worshiping, and this is not what they're doing. Like, they're doing the opposite of what they should have been doing. And it's crazy how they were blessed with so many miracles on the way to, I'm sorry, on the way out of Egypt, and just to get away from the Pharaoh and his people. And then it goes on to say, hold on, let me move my big head out of the way. Then the Lord says to Moses, "Go down, because your people who you brought out of Egypt have been corrupt. They have quickly turned away from what I commanded them and have made themselves an idol cast of a shape of a calf. They have bowed down to it and sacrificed to it and have said, 'These are the gods Israel you I'm sorry, these are the gods Israel who brought you out of Egypt.'" Man, that is crazy. It's like they're completely forgetting about what their God, what the true God, our God, had did for them. It's like they're forgetting all about it. And I pointed out a fact. This is what happens when you don't know your Lord. You start worshiping what you used to know and what you are comfortable with. But the Israelites didn't know God, even though they had seen the miracles that God has done for them, like being able to leave Egypt and being saved by God by letting them walk between the Red Sea. And I'm not talking about like a little pond or like a little lake, it's a whole sea. And yet they still have no faith. And instead of thanking God and what he has done for them and worshiping him, they worship a false God. I'm sorry, they worship false gods. It's not just one God that they're worshiping more. And man, I feel like they were brainwashed. Even though they didn't know God, they were still brainwashed. Because realistically, like, if you're going through all those miracles that God has done for you, you're going to be like, wow. I wonder if one person was like, wow, like, I was so brainwashed. Like, from what I know now, everything that I knew is fake. But everyone at that point, they were brainwashed and they forgot everything that God had did for them. I mean, it's just a crazy story. And this is the last slide. Let me move my big head out of the way. This is the last slide, and this is what I wrote. We start going back to what we know and what we are comfortable with when times look bad, but we should always have faith in the Lord, because he has worked miracles on us. And I probably misspelled some words wrong. That's my bad. And then I actually used this verse the other day, and it says in Proverbs 3:5-6, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understandings. In all ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight." And just imagine if that they did have trust in the Lord and that they didn't lean on what they are so comfortable with and what they know, how things would have been different. Because, amen, like really making your God, God upset like that, where you are worshiping other gods, man, that had to make God feel some type of way. He just performed all these miracles, and they're having little to no faith in God whatsoever. And obviously, what I what I really like about this verse: in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. And if only they knew that, if only that they weren't so brainwashed from what they knew, things would have went out different. But hey, man, that was the last of it. I appreciate all of y'all. Or people who do watch it, it doesn't matter. I just appreciate y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And hey, if you liked it, comment, like, subscribe, do that whole thing. And hey, God bless y'all, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day. And tomorrow, just remember, tomorrow's a blessing. And yeah, peace.